Welcome back. Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial kickoff to boating season here in Texas. And this week, our local lakes have been jammed packed. KVUE's Pamela Combe joins us live from Lake Austin. Pamela, Texas Parks and Wildlife is asking boaters and paddlers to keep lakes and creeks as clean as possible this season.
Darnisha, that's right, and they're actually doing this by asking boaters to keep their boats dry, clean, and drained. And this is actually to stop the spread of these invasive species that are taking over Texas lakes and keep them as beautiful as Lake Austin, like you see right behind me. It's a hot weekend in Central Texas, and you know what that means.
This whole weekend we're booked up.
Boats are hitting our lakes and rivers. Lucky for Sean Smith, the owner of Austin Rental Boats, it's a busy weekend for his business.
The three biggest weekends of the year, Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. Those are our big weekends, and luckily the weather turned out to be really good.
However, with more boats in the water, Texas Parks and Wildlife reminds people to clean, drain, and dry their boats.
We are dealing with a lot of different invasive species, and one of the primary ways that those invasive species are moved not only into the state but also from one lake to the next within Texas is by the movement and transportation of those invasive species in boats and trailers.
It's only about a 10-15 minute process at most. I mean, most of the times it consists of just pulling a drain plug if there's no water in the boat, or just draining whatever little's in there, plugging it back up, and you're good to go.
Zebra mussels and giant salvinia are two of the invasive species that continue to spread in Texas waters.
It does prevent boaters and people from being able to utilize the reservoir, because like I said, it'll get several feet thick and you cannot utilize it.
Smith will continue to do his part and thanks Texas Parks and Wildlife for doing theirs.
They're a big help in keeping people aware that they even need to do that.
If you aren't able to dry your boat, they recommend washing the boat and the different compartments to reduce the spread of invasive species. And this recommendation to dray, rinse, and dry your boats not only applies to, well, people who own boats, but also paddleboarders and kayakers. And just keep in mind that if you are seen with these invasive species attached to your boat, paddleboard, or kayak, you can get fined up to $500. Darnisha.
Ooh, $500 we need to keep in our pockets. Pamela, thank you.